Thank you very kindly for staying with us on State of the Nation. Just a few days back, the federal government announced its decision to withdraw its membership from 90 international organizations owing to the country's inability to meet its many financial obligations. Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, after the last Federal Executive Council meeting, said that the decision came following the recommendation of an inter-ministerial working committee on the status of Nigeria's membership of international organizations and associated financial obligations. Nigeria belongs to 310 international organizations and has not been able to pay subscriptions and meet its other financial obligations. So we have two gentlemen, the other an elder statesman, to discuss these matters as well as Nigeria's celebration of its 7 years of independence. Thank you very kindly for joining us on State of the Nation.
You're welcome.
I want to ask you, sir, you were here when Nigeria gained independence, and today you're here. What are your thoughts about the country? Are you happy?
Very, very unhappy.
Tell us why.
Particularly those of us who fought for independence. We knew what the condition was. We knew what our aspirations were. And we thought we could do better. Providentially, we started well. When I said started well, by the time our founding fathers, Awolowo, Saudana, Azikwe, Balewa, and Nauru, and others, fought for independence, they had a vision of a better Nigeria. And the question we are still facing today as to ethnic diversity, they solve it by saying, well, to stay together, this is how we will live together. And they agreed on a federal system of government. And that was as far back as 1954. To the extent that by the time that constitution was concluded, each region of the federation then had its constitution written separately. And we defined the functions of the federal government. All the question of how do we share revenue, what's the position of the local government, state police, what people who are confucionists today are saying, devolution of us, resource control, and all this, it's all pretense to confuse the issue.
All right. So we lost it. At some point, we lost it.
At this point, it's not at one point.
Yes.
At 1966.
Yes. So
don't say at one point.
Yes. We pulled
that is
down
very
the cake.
Important.
Absolutely. We pulled down the cake. But then, what we need to do is not alien to anyone with a sound mind. Mr. Chetawaze, tell me, why is it so difficult to go back to what we know is right?
One word, insincerity. That's all. We are not willing to answer the hard questions regarding the structure of the country, the hardest question regarding property rights, and a simple question of how many are we? There are so many things that will not change if we don't have a proper identity management system. There are so many things that will not change if we don't have proper property rights for people. When they say, oh, restructure has just become a buzzword. Daddy here said something very, very poignant. Every region had its own constitution back in the day. The fact of the matter is, Nigeria, as the late Awolowo, one of our founding fathers, said, is a mere geographical expression. And as Nigeria is a mere geographical expression, what it means is the constituent parts, everybody has their own way of living before we were brought together. We need to have a discussion taking into cognizance those various ways of living. Otherwise, we will keep going in circles.
Let me quickly go back to Baba Adebanjo. Now, some people have said, look, if we do not discuss and finalize our conclusions from the Civil War, no matter what we build, going forward will never be true. Do you believe that?
There was something after the Civil War that did not arise as a sort of military intervention in 1966. And that was why I was tracing that issue to that point. The people who are, the confusion today arose as a result of the first military intervention in 1966 and the first constitution, northern constitution, I repeat, not that the constitution you're having today is not our constitution. That is what many people don't know. And we often refer to it. It is not the constitution our founding fathers gave us for peaceful coexistence. The military came in and set it everything upside down.
All right.
And that's why we're having this problem.
All right.